Good morning or good day, great day, good evening, whatever it is for you. All right, so I'm on day 3. Today is just jumping rope. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started.
Get ready. Next up, alternate foot jump.
Lower this. Have my half-pound ropeless rope, and I just did a super quick warm-up, kinda, not really. Honestly, just did a little tiny stretch with my little salutation, my mini salutation. Reading the day really is what it is. And I'm just gonna ease into this jump rope. Did I say I'm using a ½ pound? Oh, okay. So this one's different than the day 1. I see this has a little more mixed together with the types of jumping and going for a longer amount of seconds. So I'm gonna try to focus on my breath and stay present in this moment. It's 30 minutes of jumping, 30 minutes of movement, and I am going to continue with my staying active during the rest, and I'll start off slowly with these kind of movements, and then hopefully get into a few squats here and there. All right, back to the rope. So jumping here for about a minute. Again, focus on the breath. Focus on being in the state that serves me. Remembering why I'm moving in this moment and how much I enjoy movement, how much I'm grateful to be able to move in this way, jump in this way, and just having the ability to choose to do it for myself. It's the rest time. You choose to use it as you would like. Back to the jump. Alrighty, I'm going to bring it up a little higher. Bring that knee up. Remembering that you have choices in your movement. So if you just want to do stepping high knees instead of jumping high knees, important to feel capable of your movement so that you want to keep doing it. All right, slow the breath down. I'm gonna stay moving. Kind of coming into this squat and opening the legs a little bit more. Just one more. Pick up the rope and come back to this 1 minute of jumping. Number 2, listen to your body. I choose to try to stay active during the rest, but if at any time I feel like that's not it, then I decide in that moment. Listening to some stuff this morning, also a lot of good reminders. About to go in for that rest. So this time I'm going to come down into the squat, kind of grab onto the ankle and bring the opposite arm towards that side, lifting it towards the ceiling. Not much time. All right, alternate foot, but just trying, excuse me, I don't want to say that, not much time. We can say it's a short amount of seconds in the rest, and just want to use it wisely, the way I see fit in my body today. But yeah, I was listening to some stuff. I took some notes because I like to go back to it, and sometimes I hear things and I know things and then I kind of forget. But that's okay. All right, switching it up to the swing kick. But it's basically, I think, what I've been telling myself the last few days a little bit more about, and I think I've been sharing it, about changing the words that we're using, choosing the state we want to be in, and just practicing to progress, not perfect. And I love it when I get information from different sources around the same time, because I'm gonna come back into the squat, because it helps me kind of stick to that thing that I want, or that thing that I want to improve, should I say. Grab the ropes. Another minute. Trying to remember some of the things, the notes that I took while staying present. Just because I feel like it's great to share things that, you know, interest me, obviously. That's why I'm here, to share myself and to share what my interests are in this moment today. But yeah, just kind of, let's see what I remember. Choosing the state that you want to be in. Always acknowledging your patterns and those things that you want to change, when they come up, instead of like feeding into that and giving that energy to those things. Okay, we're switching to 1 pound ropes, which I already have there. And for this break, I'm going to just walk back and forth. Look, I have my thing here. Maybe I could do that in the break, right? So I jotted down. Right, so reduce the importance of whatever you want and don't treat it as if that's the only way you're gonna be happy, right? We all want things, cool, but that's not like everything. That's not everything in life. So kind of just making sure that we are not feeling in that state of desperation, really. All right, maybe that deserves its own video. That minute came and went. So now we're jumping again. And just, this is me. What I'm thinking, just feeling happy to be able to jump in this way. Being happy that I'm making time because I want to do this. I want to film sing. I want to get back into, you know, just the jumping in general. Alright, moving into a rest. So let's come into this kind of squat, and then, what is this? I forgot what it's called. Good mornings. We can bring our legs a little farther apart. Come into that squat, and then bring the hips back. I really like that one. Grab the ropes. And come back to our basic jump. So maybe I'll do that, maybe. Okay, let me stay in the present. I'm thinking about my switch to alternate foot jump. Thinking about those notes I took. And that I will make a separate video on that. Maybe for my other channel, I don't know. Control the breath. Okay, I'm doing this off step jump, kind of on one leg. 2 bouncers kind of type thingy thing. And again, controlling the breath. And again, trying to keep that core nice and tight. And reminding ourselves we're working the whole body right now. Going to rest. So I want to go back to those. I really like those. Coming down and then bringing the hips back. Really pressing through those heels. Oh my gosh, ready? All right, getting back to the jump. With our 1 pound, well, I have 1 pound. Remember, we could also do this without a rope. We don't really need a rope. The added weight is a plus. But you can simply do this without the rope. I remember years ago, when I didn't have any ropes, I would put tennis balls in socks, like the long socks, and I would use that as a ropeless rope. practice our narrow squats. Again, pressing up through the heels. One more. And let's pick up the rope. Basic jump. I find myself constantly changing up my words, my thoughts. Scissor jump. Like right now I was thinking, because I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm like, oh, I want to get, or I need some new workout stuff, like some new pants. These are okay to be in the house. Jump rope jacks, and make sure I don't smack my legs with this one. But I want some like comfortable, super comfortable leggings to work out with, and you know, I don't have to be pulling them up, and some good sports bras where everything is just staying in one place. And then I'm like, what am I doing? Let's come with the feet pointed out. I'm like, you know what? This is good enough right now. I'm wearing clean clothes. They somewhat fit. A little bit tight, but they fit. And I'm grateful for them. Grab the rope. All right, 1 minute here. Should be pretty much warmed up by now. I am starting to feel the heat. Looking forward to see how I'm feeling at the end of the week with my energy and my body, like the soreness, because I'm changing up the routine. I did get my practice yoga yesterday in the evening. Let's come for some reverse lunges. I was practicing, or I tried the shoulder stand. I was really trying. really trying. Grab the rope. Really trying to kind of fight the fear that I can't do it, or falling and getting hurt. That's the one thing with the yoga that I really love. Lots of times we feel like we can't do something because we haven't done it. Jumping from side to side right now. And those yoga poses are just like trying to stay still in that pose that could be super challenging, and just staying grateful at the same time. So yeah, I tried it, and I was like leaning my legs against the surface. My little man over here. That's my husband. He's over here looking at me. Jump rope. I'll show you when I'm done. All right, we're in rest. I'm walking back and forth. So yeah, there's a lot of movements that are super challenging for me that shoulder stand, the handstand, a lot of balancing, arm balances, especially. Whew. But there's a lot of poses also that I was never able to do. And I have practiced, and I even noticed how quick, like, oh yeah, look, I never used to be able to do this, and I'm doing it. So I know that just the way that happens is the same thing with this shoulder stand and handstand, that I'm gonna be able to do it. I just need to practice doing it and stop living in the fear, changing back to the half-pound ropes of like getting hurt and stuff like that, or I don't even know what it is. I was never very active when I was younger. I really disliked gym. Totally did not like it. Like, ugh, dreaded it. I don't know why, but I never ever liked it. And like things like tumbles that come so naturally to everyone, never, was always scared to do it for some reason. Even as a kid, like I remember it so clearly. I was so scared to do tumbles. Boxer step. And I wish that I wasn't. And even to this day, I'm gonna practice. I am practicing. I'm gonna get that little tumble down. I know to some people it's so simple, but for me it feels very challenging. But I do want to be in a place where I am not afraid. All right, we did reverse lunge. We did do that, right? Could do another set. Again, I'm just like staying active. You can choose to rest or walk forward and backward, or maybe come into your own movement today. It's back to jumping for a minute. We only have like a little over 7 minutes left. So, back to what I was saying. I was never very active when I was younger. It wasn't until like, I don't want to say, maybe my 30s, super late 20s, 30s, super late 20s, I would say, that I started being more like, oh yeah, let's move the body. Let me exercise. Let me get into this. All right, resting. We'll go for a front lunge, forward lunge. And then after, while I was pregnant, I kind of became more conscious of what I was eating, what I was putting in my body for my baby. Coming back to the rope. And after that, yeah, I was breastfeeding like forever. And so I really became like, oh, I gotta make sure what I'm eating is nutritious for my baby. And that's where I got into like juicing. And I had the time, because I stayed home with my daughter, to just really start enjoying walking more and fitness in general, like really like exercising. And that's where I became interested in kind of helping others, hi knees, helping others to stay active. I took like a group fitness thing, certification. Kind of coming out of my shell because I've always been super shy. And at moments I still am. But I had to remind myself that I can't stay with that mindset of I'm shy. I don't want to stay in that mindset of I'm shy because I know that it stops me from doing a lot of things. So I'm working on that. All right, rest. Let's see, we can do opening out, maybe and over. I'm in a squatting mood today. All right, going back to the jump. All right, another minute here. Less than 5 minutes left. And feeling happy about it. Not happy that it's over, almost, just happy in the movement. In the movement and in sharing myself, honestly. It feels good to share myself and just be as I am without kind of an expectation, which is I'm trying to get myself out of that mindset too. Like being who I am and what people see of me, and kind of like them having an expectation of what I should be like, look like, act like, move like, express like. Rest. And you know what? Like, sometimes I feel like me thinking that people have that expectation of me is really reflecting the expectations that I have for myself. I was thinking that the other day, and how I kind of look like I gotta release that, because yeah, it's good to have, how do I say it, an expectation of yourself and look at yourself as I can do and etc. I'm not saying not to have expectations of yourself, but it's another thing to kind of obsess over it and then be down about it because you're not where you think you should be. So, swing kick. That's the practice, that's the ongoing practice for me, is letting go of the expectation of where I think I should be by now with all the certifications that I have earned and put work into. And why am I not where I thought I would have been by now? So I'm really practicing that, just accepting, acknowledging, accepting, letting go, and just be in this moment and keep moving forward. Resting, keep moving forward into, should we try these knee? Yes, let's try this one. Keep moving forward into what is happening? Almost fell back. What is happening? Not what can happen, like what can go wrong, or what if I don't succeed, or why isn't it happening by this day? Just stop. Just live and enjoy. Enjoy your actions. Enjoy taking action. Enjoy trying. Enjoy. If you fail, enjoy it and learn from it. All right, this is the last one. Wow. Lots of talking, lots of releasing information. A few more seconds here. So satisfying. We did it. So let's take a couple minutes. Just cool it down. Deep inhales. And exhale. Let's get some nice slow arm circles in. Coming over for side bends. For this quad stretch, pushing the hips forward, trying to keep my legs together here. Nice deep breath. Other side, keeping the legs together, trying to bring that foot, that heel close to the glutes and push the hips forward. You can hold on to something. A while ago, somebody taught me this trick, that if you put your opposite arm up, this one is much tighter than the other one. Then you can help yourself balance. All right, I'm gonna bend one leg, bring the opposite leg straight in front. The heel and kind of just fold forward. Feels so good to me in the back of the leg. So good. Switch. Push those hips back. Beautiful right arm, just on and off thing that I get here. All right, bring the arms behind, kind of push the chest out, hips forward, the hands down, and then away. And then why not in the front? Alrighty. Maybe even come for a nice downward dog here. Pushing through the palms. And take turns pedaling the feet, or just try to bring the heels as close to the mat as possible. You can keep the knees bent or straight, whatever you need in this moment. And then I'm gonna try to bring my knees apart here. It would be good if I had a cushion beneath me, but it's in the room, I'm not gonna go get it. But I'm kind of practicing here, bringing the feet outwards. I'm gonna come to my little squat and just kind of take a few breaths before I close it out. Nice, deep, slow breaths. And just feeling gratitude for the movement that we just did. Gratitude for our well-functioning body. It takes care of lots of things naturally without us even knowing that it's happening inside. We don't even have to think about it, it's just happening. And then feeling gratitude for our minds, for our choices. Feeling gratitude for our true self, our true being, our soul. And just letting our true self shine. Letting it just be here in the moment. Let it be known. We're here to shine, we're here to contribute, we're here to shed light, we're here to, how do I say, serve. We're here to be a part of, we're here to unite, we're here to uplift, and doing that, we must first do that for ourselves. We must uplift ourselves and encourage ourselves, inspire ourselves, motivate ourselves, and then come together with other beautiful lights and do the same. Let's shine together. Alright, coming out of that, bringing my palms to the mat and kind of just feeling this beautiful stretch here, the ease to just hang freely. Remembering to take time for ourselves is so important, to feel present and to feel safe in the moment. And sometimes we need to just really take that time for ourselves, whether it's movement, whether it's breath, whether it's stillness, whether it's writing, journaling, whether it's crafting, whether it's dancing, whatever it is. Just taking that time for ourselves to express ourselves in the way we see fit in that moment. All right, beautiful, blessed day. Hope everything goes your way. Peace, love, and light.